Hello students, this is your book reading session. So take book page number 6. Okay. Your first heading, corrective measures for measurement. Corrective measures for measurement. So measurement has to be accurate, and the approach has to be correct always. Two important word, measurement has to be accurate and the approach has to be correct. In our day-to-day life, approximation may not have much impact, but it has a large impact in scientific calculations. For example, if the curvature of key is changed even by 1 millimeter, the log would not be open. So measurements have to be accurate in scientific calculations. Let us look at some common mistakes that occur while using a scale. So next thing, to measure the length of a pin. Here pin is fixed, one scale is also there. So the head of the pin has to coincide with 0 of the scale. Count the number of centimeter and from there count the number of finer divisions. The count of the division is in millimeter. In the above example, the length of pin is 2 centimeter and 6 millimeter. Okay. So write the correct submultiple completely. From this side, parallax error. So parallax is a displacement or difference in the apparent position of an object viewed along two different line of sight. Correct position of the eye is also important for taking measurement. Your eye must be vertically above the point where the measurement has to be. Move to next page. Has to be taken. In the above representation, to avoid parallax error, reading from B will be correct. From positions A and C, the readings will be different and erroneous. Erroneous means error, right? Then move to this side, mass. Mass is the measure of the amount of matter in an object. The SI unit of mass is kilogram. It is represented by kg. Weight is the gravitational pull experienced by matter. The weight is directly proportional to the mass on the earth's surface. Hold a sheet of paper in one hand and a book in other hand. Which hand feels the heaviness? So the mass of the book is more than that of a single sheet of paper. Therefore, the pull on the book is more than that is on the paper. Hence, our hand needs more force to hold a book than a piece of paper. The force what we experience is called as heaviness. What is your mass? What is your mass? If you measure it in grams, that would be a huge number, is it not? So it is experienced in kilogram. Bigger weights are measured in ton or metric ton. So 1000 milligram equal to 1 gram, 1000 gram equal to 1 kilogram, 1000 kilogram equal to 1 ton. So these are the some important things. Next heading, beam balance. Beam balance. We use beam balance to measure mass. A beam balance works by comparing the mass of an object to that of known mass. The next one, electronic balance. An electronic balance is a device used to find the accurate measurements of weight. It is used very commonly in, come to this side, commonly in laboratories for weighing chemicals to ensure a precise measurement of those chemicals for using in various experiments. Electronic balances may also be used to weigh food, other grocery items as well as jewelry. Next heading, time. Day changes into night and night into day. Seasons also change. We know that time also changes. How do you measure change of time? Clocks are used to measure time. You know how to read a clock face and note the time. You can also use your pulse to measure the time roughly. Count the number of pulses that can tell you the time elapsed. Then last one, numerical problems. In numerical problems already we have discussed everything in your theory class also. Okay, here also one more paragraph is there. These are rough methods for counting passage of time. We can use electronic clock, stopwatch and other instruments to count even smaller duration of time. Okay. So book reading session is over. Then take your material copy. Your question number 4. What are the rules to be followed to make accurate measurement with a scale? Our answer is, take care to write the correct submultiple. Take care to write the correct submultiple. Second point, always keep the object in parallel to the scale. Start the measurement from 0 of the scale. The next, question number 2. While measuring the length of a sharpened pencil, reading of the scale at the one end is 2.0 centimeter and at the other end is 12.1 centimeter. What is the length of the pencil? So solution, sharpened pencil reading at one end is 2.0 centimeter. Sharpened pencil reading at the other end is 12.1 centimeter. So the length of the pencil equal to difference between two ends. So your answer is 12.1 centimeter minus 2.0 centimeter. So final answer is 10.1 centimeter. Okay. So your homework is, you have to read question number 4 from Roman letter number 1 and question number 2 from Roman letter number 2. Okay. So study well, students. Okay, students.